What is up, guys? Back at it again with another video. I'm back again for the second time in a year. Why did I do that? Why did I disappear? Why did I come back just to disappear to come back again? Why did I do that? There's a reason for it. So first of all, hello. I made a video last year coming back to YouTube after, I don't even know, 8 years or something, 7 years. And my big thing was improving. My big thing was being the best version of myself. My big thing was recognizing me in my failures, in all of my wrongs, and everything that I disliked about myself, everything that I ran away from or hid away from, all of that. Recognizing all those things, then coming back to YouTube and saying, I'm improved and whatever, and I'm making videos about other people, they should be doing this, while I have a vice on camera that is still part of my negative side of my life, which was vaping. Literally vaping on videos while I'm criticizing other people about what they're doing. Here I am saying that I want to be the best version of me, but I'm visually seeing vaping doing something that is unhealthy for you. So I'm like, this is kind of hypocritical. How am I on YouTube making this kind of content about people, but I am the one that is visually being seen with my vice in my hand, so I'm like, I can't do this. So I need to step away. I need to step away before I continue. I need to fix that to then come back to do what I was doing before. And that's what I did. So I remember it was one morning. I was just, where was I? I was in a bathroom or something, and I had a cough. Had a cough, right? Every smoker vapor will eventually develop a cough. So I had a cough, right? It's been about 5 years of vaping, quite a long time, but I had a cough for the entirety of like 2024. It just came probably from February all the way to the point of me stopping. So the cough was just persistent, and it just kind of was a bit more frequent throughout the year. So up until about, was it October or November, I believe, I had a cough, right? And I coughed this one day, and I coughed up like specks of blood, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. That's it. That's it. That's it. Never again. This needs to die. Literally affecting my health, affecting how I breathe, affecting just like I have this cough now. I'm not even a cigarette smoker, I'm just vaping, and I have like a cigarette person's cough. But I'm supposed to be about this health stuff. I'm supposed to be about longevity stuff. How hypocritical am I? How hypocritical is it for me to be making this kind of content, having any type of message around health or fitness or otherwise, when I'm seeing on camera puffing and coughing? Like, what am I doing with my life? So I had to fix that first. So from that day to then the next, I just quit. Done. Was it easy? No. Was it easy? It was an addiction. It was something that mentally my body was very used to the chemicals of nicotine, and it was a very strong pull for me. Something I did in the morning before I had breakfast or before I took a freaking piss. My vape is right here on the side of my bed, and I'm laying down. Bro, I wake up, grab this, first thing I do, puff. I don't drink water, nothing. I'm in the car going to work, vaping. Right before the gym, vaping. Right before, all day. If I go to the bathroom at work in the stall, vaping. Like all day, I'm finding any pocket of time or any excuse to take a pull. And it's been consistent like that for years. So I recognize that point of, if I'm spitting out blood specks or particles or whatever, that I'm causing some internal damage here. That's not going to be great for me long term. And I need to make a choice right now. I'm going to allow myself to be involved and succumb to whatever the issue will be in the future that's going to result from my bad habits of vaping, or do I just cut this cold turkey and move on? What do you think I did? Cut it. The fact that making this video obviously tells you the answer. I cut it. It was difficult. It wasn't easy. Day one, I don't feel really that bad about it. I'm good. Day 2 was painful. Day 3 was worse. Day 4 was painful. Every single day beyond day 1 for the next, I would say 4 weeks, was torture. And I know what people talk about when it comes to addiction and chemicals and stuff like that. Like, why is it so hard for people to get off of certain substances? And I get it. Vaping is not that big of a deal in terms of, I guess, drugs that are illegal. Though I think vaping and cigarettes and alcohol, like the legal ones, are probably some of the worst things you can take. like overtime, and alcohol is literally a poison. Cigarettes a poison to your lungs. All drugs to some extent is a poison, but we're not here to talk about overall all of that. Vaping is not of that level. Obviously, you can go to the gas station and buy it, but still is not anything great to put in your body. So I classify it as an addictive chemical / drug or whatever. So I had the same, I guess, withdrawals that you would expect. And I was very, I guess, jittery. I was just very snappy, short-tempered, just very irritated all the time. And I didn't get a good handle on my emotions. But I knew that I needed to get to the point to where I didn't have this issue anymore, because I want to move forward with being a better version of me, better man, person, representative of myself, feeling better about who I am. When I speak and have more confidence about my words, I want to make sure that there's nothing that I'm doing wrong that can fall back on me. Hey, you want to talk about all this health stuff, but look at what you're doing. You know what? Facts. Like, what am I going to say about that? Because I do shit that's wrong. So I had to fix all that. And right now, what is it? It's month 7? 7 months. 7 months without puffing a vape. Went through all the difficulties of the headaches, the difficulties of wanting to do it again. Just went through it, man. Just suffered through it. Because I'm the one that put myself in that position in the first place to have that addiction. So if I want to come out of it, I have to suffer the consequences to come out of it, which is all the pain that came afterwards. But that was short term. I would say the first overall 2 months was quite heavy. Heavy with temptation, heavy with just still the feeling of needing it. But crossing 2 months, fine. Nothing. Don't care for it. I'm still around people, friends who vape. I no longer feel temptation to join them or whatever. I'm not around them a lot, but when I'm around them, like, they have their own lives and they figured out their own stuff. But in terms of me, I'm not tempted by it anymore. I'm not looking for it as like something to do when I'm bored or just first thing in the morning when I get up. I don't have that stubborn cough. I haven't spat out blood particles at all since the first time. So it's been really good. And I'm happy that I made a choice. And I made that choice specifically because, you know, I think as you get older, you become more aware of just your health and your life. Longevity. You know, when you're 20, 21, 25, 27, you don't give a shit. Nobody can tell you anything. I'm invincible, I'm strong, and whatever. But as you get older, you start to think, that needs to be better because this might happen. Well, that needs to be better as well because I can end up getting this. Like, you just start to think more about your actions and how can this specific action affect me, whether positively or negatively in the future. And I have some stuff like vaping that could negatively affect me. And I don't need negative variables in my life as I want to continue to progress to be better. So 7 months, no vaping. And I guess as a message to vapors, because I know a lot of people are addicted to vaping. And it's a very difficult thing to get over. I know people have tried in these statistics of people who succeed. First attempt is very low. Second attempt is very low. Third attempt, who quit it all, is very low. I know it's quite popular amongst teenagers, young adults, even older adults. I know it's an alternative to smoking. Listen, one poison for another is never going to be a good situation. You trading spoiled whole milk for spoiled almond milk, I mean, it's still poison. Like, it's not good for you. It's expired. In that case of the milk example. Any type of inhaling of anything is not great. Any type of alcohol in your stomach is not great because that's poison. Any type of whatever you want to do is never going to be good in the long term. Obviously, I'm not saying you can't ever drink. Like, I understand socially, out, having a steak, glass of wine with it. I'm not saying to never do things. Obviously, there's going to be things like, you know, when Thanksgiving comes up, I'm probably going to have mac and cheese. You know, the high carbohydrates and the high fat combination is not a good combination, but for that specific day, I'm like, you know, I'm just going to eat whatever I want to eat. Or during Christmas or like a birthday, I might have a cake or whatever. So there are these things, and I put sugar and all that bad food in the category of poison because it is poison as well. But you're going to do these things sporadically depending on the event. Fine. Your overall lifestyle and foundation should be quite solid. And I don't know how you're going to get to an overall good foundation of being positive with your internals and how you feel about yourself and just everything you have going on when you have things like vaping or excessive drinking or whatever. And I've had both. And I've overcome both. And I'm here with the knowledge of what I had to do to overcome both. And it was a very difficult journey. It was very rough. I'll talk about the alcohol in another video, but this video is specifically about vaping. You have to understand that you're not Superman. You have to understand that you're not invincible. You have to care about how you feel, how you breathe, how you perform. You have to care about just overall your life and the quality of life. And if you do care about that, you'll do whatever steps necessary to get rid of this thing. In my case, and probably yours, is vaping. Get rid of this thing that no longer helps you, that doesn't matter. What? You're bored in your car, so I get it, you're bored, you're just in your car. You're like hanging out with the boys and you're drinking and like you have a vape. I get it. Get all of that. It's just dead though. Like, what is the end result of that? What is the end result of you having a couple minutes of satisfaction from vaping long term now, ending up with some kind of lung issue or some kind of whatever the causes could be long term, breathing issues, like cardiovascular issues. Remove all of those variables because they're all quite negative and there's things that you actually can't control as well. Focus on what you can control. I want to live a great, wonderful, long, and healthy life. That's what I care about. That's what I need. I need that. If that's what I want to do, then everything in my life needs to coincide with that goal. I can't have anything that's going to disrupt that or interrupt that or get in the way of that. And I had something and it had to go. And now it's gone. And now I can come back to doing what I love, which is making content, because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to be saying anything specifically about myself in terms of being the best version of me while I am visually seen doing shit that is unhealthy, that is not good for you. How hypocritical is that? So we had to get rid of it, and we did that. So I might talk more about the how and what I specifically did to get rid of that. And I might do another video as well about the alcohol stuff because that was also really big for me. That was massive. Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff and we'll talk about all of it. So good to be back. Good to make a video, good to make some content. And I hope people are still around to check all this out. So quick video guys, hope you enjoy it. Cero miedo. Bye-bye.